Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. It's time for another round of League One predictions. It's just me with you this week. Yes, that's right, Thomas cannot be bothered. He's pampering himself ahead of a visit to Old Trafford and our visit to Hilsborough this Saturday. So you're just going to have to put up with me. Before we jump into the predictions, just a couple of people I want to thank. There were two of you that did your predictions for League One last weekend. So if we can have more next week, that would be absolutely fantastic. But we did have the ever-reliable Manish Thapar, who kicked our asses in Premier League predictions and kicked our asses in League One predictions. He got 11 points. How do you do it, Manish? You're really good at predicting these things. Long may it continue. And thanks once again. And Paul Ridgely as well. He got 5 points. Good call on getting the Accrington score correctly. And I'm also going to give you a sneaky bonus point for calling them Doncaster Bells instead of Doncaster Rovers. So I like that. But for one time only, that's a bonus point. But so thank you to you two. Once again, if you do want to give your predictions, please do put them down below in the comments. I'll give you a shout out in next week's video. And the usual stuff of liking and subscribing and all that jazz. But let's jump in to League One predictions. Start with a huge game concerning the league leaders. They are away, I'm of course talking about Sunderland, they are away to Portsmouth. Well, what a massive game this is. Doesn't really need much introduction. Two of the biggest sides in the league, but in very contrasting forms at the moment. Sunderland with an unbelievable hammering of Cheltenham Town just today, won by 5-0. They're in superb form, especially at the Stadium of Light, and they will fancy going all the way down to Fratton Park and getting something. It will be a fantastic atmosphere down there. Portsmouth really needs something. Those Cowley brothers are in trouble, man. They're in out of their depth, Portsmouth fans. I think it's very close to the Vinnie Mac time. Vince McMahon said, "You're fired." And I think if they don't get a win here, I think that they could very well be out of the job. Or is it a case of more patience? Because you did lose today to Burton. If you lose to Sunderland, is more patience needed? I don't know. Let me know. But I'm going for a Sunderland win here. I think it will be Portsmouth 1, Sunderland 2. Gillingham versus Wigan is the next game we're going to talk about. Wigan have been in amazing form. They were beaten today by Sheffield Wednesday, the side Oxford play at the weekend. Bit of a surprise, really. The first... I think either the first loss or the second loss of the season or something like that. But a bit of a surprise, that one. But it was a tight game. Gillingham, great couple of got results for them over the varsity boys of Oxford and Cheltenham. 1-1 draw with Oxford, and they backed that up with a nice 2-0 victory over Cheltenham Town. Oliver in the goals again. Much needed victory for them. This was going to be a tough one. And I think Gillingham might get a point here. I'm going to say they hold Wigan. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. Stubborn old side to play against. Doncaster Rovers versus the Milton Keynes Dons. You've got to look at a away win in this one. Doncaster, wow. Things just go from bad to worse for you. It's not been a good time for a Doncaster fan. If there are any Doncaster fans watching this, I ain't making fun or anything like that. Just please let me know what is going on with your side. It just seems to be like you've been in free fall and you can't get out of it for such a long time now after having a promising season. It's all like after the traitor has kind of like left you and you got absolutely blitzed by Ipswich today. MK Dons had a 3-3 draw. They've been a really good side this season. Twine with a hat-trick there, but it wasn't enough to keep Fleetwood at bay. Fleetwood kept coming back at them and got a 3-3 draw. What a game. So Donny really need it, but I just think Milton Keynes is going to be too strong. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 MK Dons win. Lincoln City versus Plymouth Argyle. Well, Lincoln continue to be a mixed bag, don't they? They win a game, lose a game kind of way. And Plymouth have been in good form. Surprisingly, they didn't win over Crewe. That'll be one they would have been looking at as to get a bit of a banker home victory there, but they didn't. So going away to Sinsel Bank, I think Lincoln will be looking for a response, and I'm going to back the Imps to get a win here over the Pilgrims. I'm going to go for I think it'll be quite high scoring. 3-1 Lincoln City win. Cheltenham Town versus Rotherham United. Well, Cheltenham I am sorry, but you seem to have caught the Oxford curse. For those of you that don't know, last season it seemed like whenever Oxford played a side and Oxford lost to them, that side seemed to go on a terrible run afterwards. And it seems to have happened to you a little bit. You beat Oxford, you've been on a bad run ever since. Rotherham, very good victory over AFC Wimbledon by 3-0. They'll be looking to come down to the Johnny Rocks to get something there. And I think they will. I think Cheltenham will find Rotherham too much to handle, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory for Rotherham, for the Millers. Wycombe versus Morecambe, probably not everyone's first choice for a cracking game at the weekend, but you have to give credit to Wycombe Wanderers. A superb 2-1 away win at Shrewsbury. They've continued to churn out results, and you have to give credit to Morecambe. What a start to the season. 2-0 victory over Lincoln City. They've had some great results since coming up into League One. Stockton is the man on fire. Wow, what a striker he's been. He's scoring great goals. I mean, what's he up to? 6 goals already this season? Might be something like that. So this will be closer than you think. It won't. I can see 1 goal winning this either way. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Wycombe win. Accrington Stanley versus Ipswich Town. Well, let's start with Ipswich before we go with Accrington. Ipswich, what a great win. Is this the start of Paul Cook turning it around? It was almost like it was bound to happen at some point. You got far too many good players. You couldn't just keep losing or throwing away results. So really happy for you and your fans. 6-0 win. Enjoy it. I know as soon as the game was over, it was probably straight away on narrative. We need to build on it now. Because there's never any, you can never just enjoy anything in football, can you? Oxford fans are exactly the same, by the way. Going away to Accrington is tough, and it's the game most sides would look at Accrington and say they'd expect to win it, but Accrington have just had a bit of a pasting by Oxford, but I thought 5-1 flattered Oxford a little bit. I thought Oxford played well, but I don't think Accrington deserves to lose 5-1 in that game, and it's more the fact that they just keep going, and Oxford just picked them off. And Oxford were due to get some goals against some side. But I'm just going to say one thing. You talk about sides that have good supporters and who travel well. They often talk about the numbers they travel in. But I've got to say, those 80-odd Accrington fans who went down to Oxford today in awful conditions, in a fuel crisis, hats off to you all, and to endure what you endured as well. So I think Accrington might get a draw here. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think Ipswich will just expect it, and Accrington will be a bit of a sucker punch to them, because they're a good side and a hard side, and it ain't going to be easy for the tractor boys up there. AFC Wimbledon versus Burton Albion. Well, AFC Wimbledon, much like Cheltenham, you seem to have caught a little bit of an Oxford United curse. You beat us, and you've been on a bad run ever since. And you come up against the Brewers side, who seem to be good at home, not so good away from home. So you'll be looking at Plough Lane to get back to winning ways here. I think Burton will try and shut this game down, make it quite difficult. And I think I'm going to go for another draw in this one. I think I'm going to go for AFC 1, Burton 1. Bolton Wanderers versus Shrewsbury Town. Well, this should be a cut and dry home win, really, shouldn't it? Shrewsbury have been miserable and pretty terrible so far this season. Another defeat to them, to Wycombe. But Bolton are almost like the gift that keeps on giving in this league. A fantastic 4-1 win away at Charlton. Bolton fans, you must be on cloud 9. Superb return to League One for you guys. You continue to get some big performances and results in this league. And I just think it's going to be an easy win. I think Bolton are going to be way too hot to handle. Doyle with a couple of goals. 3-0 win for the Trotters. Crewe Alexandra versus Cambridge United. Both sides in need of a victory. Cambridge going down 2-0 to Gillingham. Crewe, the season's not really got going. Actually a creditable draw away at Plymouth. Took the lead early but couldn't hold on. But I think a draw, probably most of your fans would have taken that before the game. Cambridge... good start. Good return, like Bolton. Good return to League One for them, and just a bit erratic, a bit up and down, maybe a little bit too open at times as well. I can see a lot of draws. Yeah, draw 0-0. Not great. Fleetwood Town versus Charlton Athletic. Fleetwood, I'm going to start with you guys. I think that's 6 games unbeaten now, proving to be very hard side to beat. You've not had a great start to the season, but You certainly put, like, not all, I think a lot of draws in there, but certainly proving hard to beat. And a 3-3 draw against MK Dons is not to be sniffed at. Fleetwood certainly turning the corner. One side who are not turning the corner is Charlton. Wow. How much time does Adkins have left? How much? I don't think you can have much, Charlton fans. There must be so many Charlton fans out there absolutely screaming at them to get Adkins out and for it to be a change. I think we're going to do another bit of a Vince McMahon. Yeah, fire! They are doing terribly, and they should be doing so much better. And they lost 4-1 at home. Yikes. If you go down to Fleetwood, how much time does he really have left? Or again, like the Cowleys at Pompey, does he need more time? Let me know if there's any Charlton fans that watch this. But Fleetwood, because you are an horrible git of a side and it's a horrible git of a journey, I'm going to say you're going to win this game. 2-1 to the COD Army. And we get to the final game. We get to the main event. Sheffield Wednesday versus Oxford United. The first game I'm going to live since I saw Oxford play Man City in the League Cup quarterfinals a couple of Christmases ago, 2019. Seems like an eternity. Does that make me a glory supporter because I only go to the big cup games? Maybe, but give me a break. I don't live in Oxford. So I cannot wait to go to this one. Never been to Hilsborough. Historic ground. Myself and Thomas will be there. Hopefully, if we were in the mood, you know what we're like, pretty lazy sometimes. We'll take a load of pictures, take a load of videos. We'll certainly do a review video after the game. But really looking forward to it. Oxford, fantastic win today. Nathan Holland, perfect performance from him today. Really needed some end product to add to his game, and he provided it with 2 fantastic goals. First one was a very good individual goal. Second one, a good finish from a team goal from a move he started. Taylor with a sublime chip. That's 2-2 now for Matty T. Back in the goals. Nice own goal in there again from Oxford. A goal for Sykes. Very rare goal for Sykes as well, but a very good one. Accrington didn't deserve it, but Oxford have been knocking on the door for a game where they score a load of goals. There's been far too many games where we've created far too many chances and not converted them, and it was always going to happen at one game we'd score a shed load, and that was the game. But haven't won away from home. Wednesday haven't lost at home. Hopefully Oxford could upset them there and get that big shock win. If we play like we have done in the last 2 games, we give ourselves a hell of a chance. It should be a great game. And if we play well up there, I just want a good performance, right? If we play well and we lose, what can you do? I just want Oxford to go up there and move it really good account themselves. It's going to be a tough game. Wednesday have had a really good result today. Return to form for them, really, getting a win at Wigan. But both sides, that was their first win in 4. So they've been in pretty similar forms. But up against the traitor, he beat us last year when he was Doncaster manager. Hopefully Oxford Carl Robinson can get one over Darren Moore this time. Because remember, there ain't much Darren Moore. Maybe you can buy him off. Seems like that's the thing to do with Darren Moore. Just buy him off. Give him a big sack of cash and see if he can throw this one in Oxford's favour. But, of course, I cannot show weakness. I'm going to go for an Oxford win. Let's hope we sneak it. Let's go for a storming game. Wednesday 2, Oxford United 3. And that will do it for this week's round of League One predictions. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, hit that like button. That helps us out so much on YouTube. Or hit the down button if you don't like it either. Either way. Please comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notify bell. We'll be back with more content very soon. And check out that Sheffield Wednesday Oxford game review at the weekend. When the game we're going to with Thomas. Thanks very much again. I'll see you soon.